basically they form pretty much the backbone of the internet. About 90% of internet traffic goes through us. And they hired me thinking that I'm going to be able to secure the internet. And I'm not sure if they really hired the right person for it, but it seems like the internet is okay so far. By the way, that's not how my office looks like. And I'm not going to hack into your friend's Facebook account. I get that question quite often. So I'm going to share my experience on some of the challenges that I had and how I dealt with them. Some of you might disagree with some of the points I'm going to mention. You're going to agree with some of them. I'm just going to share my experience. But first of all, I want to ask, I've got some kind of bad news and some good news. Which one would you like me to start with first? Bad news. Okay. I made a prediction. I knew you were going to say bad news. So I think one of the biggest challenges I had was dealing with quite a somehow a disappointing, news. Like somebody telling me, no, we're not going to hire you because they're never going to say why. A lot of times they don't say why. Quite rarely they tell you why, and you can learn something from it. So I wish if somebody told me before that you're going to hear this. Hold on. Okay. I wish somebody told me before that you're going to hear this a lot.
Yeah.
So we regret to inform you that you know the rest of it, right?
Yeah.
So I got this message a lot that I got to a point where I read the email, it's like, we. You know when you can just slide it in the iPhone? We. Just we. I don't know, I probably missed some emails starting with we and wasn't even this, I don't know. But I got used to it. It's not really breaking my heart anymore. And then I get, to have this feeling that I get all of these wrong thoughts in my head, like this, Okay, well, what is the problem? Is it because I don't speak English the way local people speak it, maybe, or the culture thing, or what is it? I don't understand the jokes. Maybe I don't know. Is it because I don't have time to do interviews and get a job because I'm here to study. I'm here to do a master's degree. So I'm not going to apply for jobs anymore. I'm just tired of it. Or the other thing that I hear some students say, I went to this interview and the person next to me went to the University of Sheffield, which is slightly higher in the ranks. Of course they're going to hire them, they're going to hire me because I'm from home. So, thoughts like that. And then the last one is that, well, I'm not going to go for interviews because I don't want to waste my time. I want to go to interviews. And then, so I get these thoughts and put me into this really comfortable zone, right? Which is really not where you want to be. And then the interview process feels kind of like this. You're like, okay, well, so I have to switch the way I think a little bit. Okay, I'm not going to the interview because the interview is for to get a job. I'm going for an interview because as a training course. It's like a free training session. I'm going to go and do something, and they're going to give me feedback. I'm not even paying for it. That's the way I thought about it. And now, as you probably know, every fact we have today is like data-driven and stuff. So let's just put this into perspective. So that's a rough estimate of how many applications I submitted and how it ended up at the end. If you do the math, you can figure out with this one. I didn't want to put it in here. But anyway, so it started with something like 150 and ended up with something like 2. But throughout this process, I got here, and now when I go to an interview, a lot of times they just start a question. You remember that email about we regret? Sometimes they start a question and I know the rest of it, and I already have an answer to it. And sometimes the interview process is broken, and I feel like the interview process it's become so easy because they ask these really silly questions and I answer them and I get the job and I just feel like I'm really not interested because I feel like I'm going to be landing the job based on an interview that was flawed, and I just don't go for it. So anyways, at the end I landed up with something like 2 offers and I had to pick one of them. So now when I was at Holland, I had a challenge. I was trying to get a job at some McDonald's branch or KFC or something like that, so I could survive while I was a student. And I couldn't get any of them. It was so difficult. It was so challenging. And then I was like thinking to myself, Yousif, you want to work as a cybersecurity engineer in London, and then sometimes when you're in a bad mood and there's this person inside you that tells you bad stuff, and then this person came up and he was telling me, Yousif, you want to work as a cybersecurity engineer? Man, think about it. You're not even qualified to flip burgers from McDonald's. And basically, I just felt like this, to be honest. That's the feeling I had. And then my course leader, something I really love about Hallam is that the personal interaction that you manage to have with your course leader directly. You by name, they help you, you go to their office. And he was telling me, why don't you apply for this role at HSBC? Now, I didn't get the job. I applied, I got interviews, I didn't get the job. But I learned one thing. I learned that maybe I was just applying to the wrong places. McDonald's is not nothing. I mean, flipping burgers is not nicer than or better of experience than working at HSBC as an engineer, right? And then and I said, okay, well, there's a trend here. When I apply to the right companies, the better companies, the more successful ones, the process sometimes might be even easier because the process is more fair, it's more objective. So I applied to some of the top companies, and I applied to Microsoft, Facebook, Apple, and this is just some of the ones that I actually went through with the interview process. And one time I think I had too much tequila or something, I applied to Google. So I went through the interview process for some of these. Let's get to the important ones. When I went to Google, so I went through the interview process, and now you're telling me, oh, the person next to me went to the University of Sheffield. When I was competing for Google, they actually reached out to me and I did the interview process. The person next to me would say, hey, where are you from? I go to the University of Sheffield. What about you? I went to MIT. You, Harvard, Stanford. You, Caltech, okay, MIT. Did you do well? We were the first class in MIT. So it was a little bit, if you're going to be intimidated by the University of Leeds, this is the type of students they graduated from there. But now the thing that I noticed at Google is that they really didn't care much. They look at the university degree just like they look at your name. It really doesn't matter if your name is Johnny or Jimmy Kardashian, right? They just don't care. So I did the interview process, and at the end they gave me a call and they said, Yousif, sorry, you didn't actually go through the interview process. And I said, why? They said, because you're not good enough. That's what they told me. You're not good enough. And I was like, that really hurt me here. Because it's not like we regret, right? I wish it was. I got used to that one. I didn't see that one coming. You're not good enough, man. And I was like somebody telling me you suck. Now, inside me, I felt like I wanted to say, go to hell. I know I'm smart. Right? That's how but that's, of course, I wouldn't be able to do that. So I decided to be nice. And I said, well, that's good news because I always thought that I know everything, but it seems like I really don't. So this is an opportunity for me to improve. Give me feedback so I know what it is that I need to improve upon. And they said, we're going to get back to you in a couple of days on the feedback. They didn't get back to me in a few days, or 4 days, or in a week. In about 2 weeks, they came back to me and they said, Yousif, you passed the interview. The whole thing, I'm only sharing this with you guys because I just love Alan. I don't know if I'm supposed to, but the whole thing, maybe was it part of the interview? They wanted to see how I'm going to react. When news, I don't know. They just came back to me and said, you passed. And then they said, we're going to welcome you to our headquarters in California for the last stage. And I got a free holiday to California. It was awesome. So I went there for the final stage, which was quite intimidating. And I went through it, and it was really fun. Now, one thing that, when I went to California for this trip for Google, I still didn't want to change my mentality. It's not for the job, it's for the training. I'm going to go train, I'm going to get a free holiday, and I'm going to get something out of it. Doesn't matter what the outcome is. And so I ended up with these two. At the time I applied for Equinix, which is the company I work for right now, and I had to do 8 freaking interviews for it. And I got an offer, and then Google said, hey Yousif, okay, you didn't do a bad job. We can give you another chance, but the hiring committee decided that there are some areas you need to improve upon. If you want another chance, we can bring you over again. And I said, okay, wait, how long do I have? And said, any time. So basically right now, if I want another holiday, I can just call them and go again, which is awesome. And, but then, because I already got the Equinix offer, so I was like, I decided, okay, I've got Equinix. When I joined Equinix, I remember it was a probation period of 3 months, and they told me, Yousif, you want to make sure that you do a very good job because you're on probation period. And then I said, well, you got to make sure I'm happy in these 3 months, because all I have to do is make a phone call to Google, and a phone call to Google, and then I know the process. Chances are I'm going to get the Google job if I want it. So now the visa process. I'm not going to talk much about the visa. I just want you to know that this is really not the central point about this whole effort. Focus on getting the job. Visa process really not that much. It's really important to understand it, to educate the employer sometimes. When I got the job at Equinix, they said, Yousif, we hired you, we're going to have to do the labor market test. And I was like, no, you don't have to do it because I'm already exempt from it according to the rules. And they said, oh, really? Oh, yeah, you're right. And then, so that's really good. You need to understand it. But again, don't worry too much about the visa process. It's very simple. Once you know what you're doing and focus on getting the job. Once you get the job at a good, successful company that really want to work for, that's all you need to do. Now, so for the tips that I'm going to leave you with here. First of all, the CV. The way I thought about my CV is I looked at it and I put myself in the shoes of the recruiter. at Google. And I was like thinking, I'm at Google and I'm getting millions of CVs coming through like this. What is actually going to get the attention? Now, I'm a good team player. Everybody, CV-wise, is a good team player, isn't it? And the things like the generic like that are not going to work. You need to make it concise and to the point. The thing that makes you stand out, to get the attention, to actually be noticed when you look into your CV. And that includes in LinkedIn. LinkedIn, that's pretty much your CV on the internet. The thing is that also apply to your dream companies. There's no such thing as, oh, I'm going to work at McDonald's and then I'm going to work at HSBC and then Capital One and then I'm going to end up at Equinix or Google or Facebook or whatever. Just apply right away to your dream company because it might as well be a lot easier to get into it right now. And last thing, before you go on the streets come full kicking people stuff, that's not what I'm talking about. What I'm saying is that practice interviewing. And when I say practice interviewing is, I don't mean go into an interviewing practice session. Apply to a job and go for the interview. And that's actually the practice. It's never going to be the same. When you know it is an interview, it's a totally different feeling. You need to get that experience. And last thing I want to say is that start a little early. Don't wait until they have like 1 or 2 months. Just start now. When I applied for my role, I applied in April. And I got the job in October. That's quite a significant amount of time. Do the research and apply for the right jobs earlier. Now for the final slide, that's my name by the way, Yousif Hussain. If you want to, feel free to add me on Facebook. That's my name on Facebook. If you need anything, if you want to ask me anything. And I'm very happy to make more friends here anyways. I want to mention that London, when you apply for jobs, this is my advice to anybody who is in university. I've lived in many places, including Silicon Valley, California, to the Middle East, to Africa, and I worked in many of them. And the best place I've ever worked and lived was London, because I feel like it's just another form of university. It's like for anybody who wants to develop a career, it's the best place to be. So when you apply, consider places like London, where you have all of this cluster of big companies that sit there. There's always events, there's always conferences, best players in the game that live over there, all of the stuff going on. And it's really a nice place to live. That's all I have to say. Thank you.
For the other two members here, is that I applied from home and I did the whole process online, and somebody just asked me a question that if I was with an agency, is that what you said? No, so it was just me and I just applied to the company directly. I went through the interview process. It was a pretty long process, like again, probably about 7 interviews with Accenture. I completely agree with Yousif that if you want to find a job, now is the time. Don't wait for your course to end because the big companies especially, they take like 7 to 8 months. They make sure that they want to hire you or not. They're not going to be like hiring someone when they hire them and then get to know like, okay, we just wasted our time and money. So yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, one minor question is, what would I be doing if money was not an objective? I would be Tony Stark, yeah. Okay, the job hunt, painful process. I applied for 2 years. I was on Tier 1 visa as well. International student team helped me a lot with Tier 1. I got the Tier 1 visa, but to be honest, I had a couple of clients. I was making some money, but I always wanted to do a job because I believe that you can't start a business if you haven't learned like something from the market. Like you have to know how to run a business. So yeah, so within that 1 year, I was just applying for jobs and rejections. You know that America Got Talent rejection button sound? Every time I got the rejection, that played into my head like every single time. But yeah, the painful process that I had to go through was actually the best process because you learn so much out of it that you think like you're doing everything you can, but you're not. Trust me, you're not. So the first step is putting your CV everywhere, right? Now, every time I looked at my CV, I'm like, yeah, it seems good, right? But I was not getting the interview calls. So there must have been something wrong that I was doing. So if you're not getting the phone calls, there's something wrong with your CV. So all these stages are basically telling you something that what are you missing. And I realized it like after like 20 rejections that my CV is a piece of shit. So you know, you need to work on your CV in that ways. And I think we do have, what do we call it? Like
Careers and Employability Center.
Yeah. So it's been like 2 years, 3 years I'm not in this uni, and I don't know what we call it anymore. So yeah, so I did, make them go through my CV again. Like maybe I was still getting rejected, but eventually I started getting phone calls. Same happened with the phone calls. Like I do give the phone interview, but then nobody comes back to me, and then I realized maybe I need to calm down, do like work on my answer or whatever. The phone call interview is like probably 15 minutes mostly. But again, like if you survive that, then comes the interview. And I did give a few interviews, again rejections, and then I checked YouTube, like how do the people actually give interviews, and then I realized like every single answer that I was giving them, like for example, where do you see yourself in 5 years? And I just saw this on YouTube, like the person who gave the answer on YouTube, they literally broke the answer in 5 years. And I was like, I see myself in a managerial position in 5 years, right? And nobody's gonna hire you for that because every other person might be saying this to them, right? So you need to literally work on your answers. There is something wrong with you, not in the market, not with the employer. They are fair enough to hire a good person. They're not gonna be hiring someone on, just because they like someone, where are they from, which university did they go to. And so yeah, the repeat cycle is happening a lot to me. Tips. The only thing that I would say is that I'm the most average student you would ever meet. I knew more about what's happening outside the class than what's happening inside the class. So the best tip that I can give you is that don't do the don'ts. If you make a blunder, only then you wouldn't get hired. If you keep everything else on the track, I'm not asking you to be outstanding, but don't give a bad answer and just show a positive attitude that you're not supposed to know everything. You're graduates, right? How would you know how to work in the industry? I know they expect you to be to be holding some experience, which is like a mystery. Nobody has the experience when they are graduating, but still just give them a positive attitude. And finally, you would be getting hired. I would say that. I didn't do anything special. I don't think I did something incredibly well in my interviews. I just, whatever they asked me, I was just trying to be my best. That's it. The interview process from home, it's not that difficult. In fact, it was easier for me because I didn't have any competition. They asked me to come to London for the last interview. I'm like, I can't, because they had this team activity. I'm like, you're gonna have to do it online with me. I worked a lot for the interview, and then just 15 minutes before, I was so scared. I was like, I'm not gonna do well in today's interview because I was just not feeling confident. 15 minutes before I got the email it's been rejected, so I got 2 more weeks. I watched some more YouTube videos, worked on my answers, and it went well, and next thing you know, I was hired and I just started doing my job. That's it.
I study MSc Database Professional, and now I'm working as software developer in Waqar Consulting. It's a consultancy company, but in water industry. The majority of the business is 60% consultancy and 40% is software. We have the software to monitor all the water from the reservoir until the tap water in your house and any other places. It's quite interesting. We are not a big firm probably people don't know. I watch Waqar Consulting. But we are kind of market leader in this industry. So we have competitor like IBM is our competitor, but in the UK, most of the water utilities company is our client. And we have a lot of clients in Brazil, Shanghai, and Saudi, the whole Saudi, and Madagascar, I don't know if you heard of. They found me through LinkedIn profile. So I applied to many jobs, no one got back to me. And then they found me through my LinkedIn profile. They contact me through email, asking me if I'm available for an interview. It's always for an interview first, I think, from Yousif, from Waqar. I did the 4 interviews, 15 minutes, general question, what do you study, what is your experience, and then about your knowledge, and they did straight away asking me, do you need visa, tier 2 visa for working? And then I said like, yes, I'm gonna need it. And because they know they can provide it, so they said like, okay, we can provide it. And then they emailed me that they want to meet me in person, so I have to go to Liverpool to do the interview again. The same person interviewed me, but they didn't ask many questions because they already asked it during the phone interview. They just want to see how confident I am to answer all the questions. And then I did some tasks, it's like logic tasks and programming tasks because I work in the IT department. After the task, after the interview straight away with CEO, I don't have 7 interviews because this is not a big firm, it's like middle business. So I did quite well. They offered me the job straight away. But at that time, I still have one last module, like halfway through last module, and I just started writing my dissertation. So I said to them like, I couldn't start now because I couldn't work more than 20 hours a week. And then they said, okay, I give you 2 choices. You can work part-time now and then convert to full-time after you finish. Or you can start full-time later when you finish. And then I was thinking like, okay, I just work part-time. I just have like 1 class a week. And I can start learning what's company do during my part-time. The initial plan, I finished my dissertation in 4 months, but obviously, I work in Liverpool and then the library in Sheffield, and it didn't work that well. So I finished in 8 months, a part-time 8 months. But they were fine. They were like, it's okay, finish your degree and then we're gonna convert you to full-time. When I finished my degree, some people say like, after you submit dissertation, you can work full-time. But I don't think it's for my company, they don't want to take that risk. So they said like, we're gonna employ you full-time after you got the result. So when I got my results and they convert me to tier 2 visa, if you work if the company that you're gonna work is like not like big company like Waqar and Yousif, you have to make sure they know all the rules. Luckily, the company I work for, they really make sure they follow the rule. They call home office, so I only need to provide the document that they ask for. I don't need to know all the COS and any rule. They just need, okay, you need this, and you need this. And then I just need to provide them. They fill up all the form, and I officially got my tier 2 visa this January. And my top 2 tips, mostly the same also with them. First of all, your CV, your LinkedIn profile, because it doesn't really matter if you're really good if you really have a good skill, but they won't even bother to to know you further if your CV is not good, because that's the first things that they see, the first filter for the job application. And in my experience, I did come to the Career and Development Center like 4 or 5 times. I think they got bored of me. They keep saying, it's already good, but I still feel like, no, something's wrong with my CV. And it did help me. I did a consultancy for CV and the LinkedIn profile. And it works. They found me through LinkedIn and they like my profile, that's why they hired me. And the second thing is maybe you have to build up your network in the area that you want to work for. For example, your lecturer. Like, for me, I have like good relation with my lecturer. He actually offered me a job as well in London. His friends work in Accenture, and then he actually offered me a job. But I already got this job, and I don't really fancy to work in London. I like Liverpool better, so I just choose the job. Like really. So if you have a good relation with the people that you know is the area that you want to looking for, is kind of an advantage for you, because they might refer you to someone, they give good reference for you, and it's really good for you. And the last thing is always being prepared. Don't prepare everything last minute. I make my CV, I do the consultancy for the CV. Is in my first month when I arrived in England. That's the first thing I did. Because I know I don't have assignment, so I don't need to think about anything. I just go to the career development 5 times in a month to make my CV look good. And then when I have a free time, although I just just started 3 months, I try to apply the job. Obviously, no one got back to me because she just started university, so it's impossible. She is able to work full time straight away. But it's just like testing the water, isn't it? So if someone's get back to you asking about you, at least they know that you're looking for a job, and then you were in this like a degree which is related to the job. Maybe in the future they think about you, and then they will contact you again. Well, I think that's it for me.
Everybody has told most of the things, but my experience was totally different from what others have went through. So I hope there's something valuable which you guys could take back from this, working in UK. Yeah, first about me, again, boring software guy, a senior software developer in a company called Exact. It's based in Sheffield. And have you heard of Salesforce, anybody? Of cloud computing technology, anyone? No, there's one guy. Okay. Thanks. So we are partners of Salesforce, and we basically do development on a cloud-based platform. And I did the same course as Waqar did. I did my master's in web and cloud computing. I joined at Hallam in 2013, September. I got my job while I was studying and while I was doing my dissertation, I think, at that time. I'll come back to that soon. Work experience, So I came to UK knowing what I'm going to do. So back in India, I was having a job in a company called Infosys Limited, and I worked there for 2 years as a software developer in the same technology in Salesforce. And then I did my bachelor's in electronics programming around that area. So I know that, okay, I don't have a substantial studies to back up my growth in that field. So I thought, okay, a master's in cloud computing will be suitable, will be helpful for my career growth and things like that. So that's why I chose Hallam, and there are like only 3 or 4 universities which offer a cloud computing course: Leeds, Aberdeen, and Hallam, I think. That's my choice making of Hallam, and it's close to Manchester. I'm a Manchester United fan as well, so yeah. My story. When you would have said this, many rejections. At least these guys went through the interview process and got rejected. Okay, that might be painful, a bit more painful than getting rejected at the final stage. So my thing was quite straightforward. It's like, I started looking for a job the 2nd or 3rd month after I came here. And every application I make, like either via recruiters or directly to the company, get back straight answer saying like, do you have rights to work in the UK? No, I just listened to Helen saying like, say yes for when you apply things. Sadly, I used to say no. I frankly tell them like, I need a Tier 2 visa. I'm a student now, and I need a Tier 2 visa. And without the visa, I cannot work for you. So they say like, oh no, we cannot sponsor. We don't have sponsorship, or no, we are not willing to sponsor you. Things like that. They don't even call me for interview. So all my rejections, like at least 60 to 70 of them, everything is via mail. The first mail I get back is, sorry, once you finish your course, we can look into that, or no, we cannot sponsor you. Made it easy actually for me. It's like, okay, you don't have to go through the interview process of like 6, 7 interviews, and at the final interview they say like, oh no, you're not good for us, and it go away. It's easy, just read a mail. No, that's all. So I was 1 year down the line, I was like very sure that I'm not going to get a job in UK, and my course is like 18 months course. So I went back to India for a holiday, like 3 months when we have a break in the uni. So what I did was, I finished my certification in Salesforce, which is the platform which I was working on previously, and which is the area where I was studying in the university as well. So I went back and did a professional certification. Yes, I know that cost money, and I thought, okay, I need this if I have to get a job somewhere, not in the UK, somewhere. So I did that, got passed, thankfully. And then, as usual, came back to UK, started my process, LinkedIn, connected recruiters, talked to them, mailed them saying like, oh guys, I'm a Salesforce developer with so-and-so experience, and is there anything in the market? So one thing I would say is, have your LinkedIn profile well made, as most of the guys told you earlier. So, and I didn't see anyone mentioning about recruiters. I'm not sure, because they've been through the different process of recruitment. They applied to the companies directly. So what was really helpful was recruiters, and recruiters in the sense like the right recruiters. So there are plenty in the market. They just like, they don't know what what you can offer to a company. So there are recruiters who specialize in certain fields, like in tax or in finance or in IT, anything there. So catch hold of those kind of recruiters who are specialized in your area and have a contact with them, connect them in LinkedIn, mail them now and then asking like, there's nothing, no shame in asking people like, is there anything in the market? Is there something which I've written? Keep asking them, mail them, have a cycle, mail 10 people this week, mail another 10 next week. At least you guys should have 50 to 100 recruiters, people in other companies where you want to work in. Add people, just tell them like, say, I'm having a similar experience or I'm looking in to grow in similar area, please add me. Add people in LinkedIn. Make a good network in LinkedIn. And yes, I did that, and I came back to the UK from India after finishing my certification. I started doing my application, usual process, no visa, rejection, all those things. So, and then finally there was a recruiter who contacted me, and I didn't contact him. He added me, he contacted me, it's like, oh, it's a different cycle which is happening. I gently give request, and I add them, and I mailed them saying like, is there any job or anything in the market? So this guy from, I think, Bridge IT or somewhere in Leeds, this guy contacted me saying like, there's a company in Sheffield who does Salesforce. I was like, oh, I've been living in here for like 18 months and I don't know there's a company in Sheffield who does Salesforce-based development. So there might, again, you guys, there might have opportunity in any city, in any small town as well in the UK. Be open if you want a job. Be open for any city, anything. Just look into area what you want to work in, basically. Just make like, if for an IT guy, I can say like an example, there's a wide range, there's a security guy, networking, security, front-end developer, and like, I'm a Salesforce cloud based. There's plenty of different sections. Concentrate on one area about what you want to do. Don't keep applying in all the areas, assuming like, yeah, some area I'm going to get a job. Just focus on one area, do the certifications on that, aim that, and target that one particular area which you are interested in. So yeah, that guy contacted me and said there is an interview in Sheffield. If you like, I can arrange an interview if you're interested. I was like, yeah, yes. That was a Thursday evening, and he called back me after 1 hour later. Is it possible for an interview next day? I was like, that's fine. What do you need from me? You don't have to bring in anything. We have already forwarded your LinkedIn profile to them, and they have looked into your profile. Just okay, that's fine. So next day, Friday afternoon, I had the interview. So just one interview, there's no phone interviews, there's no multiple levels. Like, when I went in, there's 6 people sitting in. It's like, why 6 people interviewing a 2-year experienced person? The CEO, finance head, HR, it's like everybody, top people in the company, and the company size is just 30 people. So everyone wants to come into an interview. Everybody was there in that hall interviewing me, knowing nothing about the technology people, like people who just do finance. They were just sitting in there. I don't know what they want out of me. Just everybody was there, and I was like, okay, 6 people, chill. Talk to everybody. I don't know who was technically strong, who was technically weak, what to talk to certain people, what not to talk to certain people. Nothing at all. So the interview went well. This conversation, technical questions, and I had a few written tests as well in the same time. It was like a 2.5 hours interview, and then half an hour later, they asked me to wait. They said like, we can offer you a part-time job because since you're still a student and you have to do your dissertation and you have like 6 more months to finish. We can offer you a part-time job, and if you could perform well, and we can think about sponsoring. And they know things about what happens with certificate of sponsorship, sponsoring, and things which I must mention, because they already had 2 people who were working along with them in the sponsorship visa. So they said, yeah. I took the job, and 2 months later they said like, when are you going to finish the course? I said, 4 more months. So as soon as you finish the course, we are ready to sponsor you. So we are glad, and they gave the probation confirmation of that. And I'm still working part-time because the law was like, until I finish, get my degree, and once everything is settled, then only I can apply for my Tier 2 and then start working full time. So yeah, I mentioned just now, part-time during dissertation I did, and the main thing for you is to know about certificate of sponsorship. So if the company knows about what to deal with the sponsors and they already have people who they have sponsored other things, it's very easy. If not, educate the company. Come to the university. I think university also have few immigration experts within the university and also outside the university. If I'm not wrong, they're still there.
Yes, there is me or
Yeah.
there's some other advisors in the international experience team. Yeah.
Yeah. So contact them. The companies will have their own immigration advisors as well. Talk to everybody, get things sorted. And most of the companies give you that, so you don't have to have that 900 pounds of 3 months stuff. Most of the companies, if they are going to pay you good salary, they'll be alright giving that tip, saying that we are okay in maintaining the expense of this guy. So my company did that. Thankfully, I didn't have to maintain 1,000 pounds for 3 months. And so that was quite easy for me. But for safety purpose, it's good to maintain that. But most of the companies, I think, they will give you a yes for that. And yeah, have good chat with the immigration experts. Whatever question you have a talk to them. Because when I applied, I never knew about that NHS payment thing. So you have to pay 200 pounds per year, how many ever years you're going to apply your title. So that was, I think in 2014, that's the rule which came in that time, a month before I applied my visa. So I never knew anything about it. So make ready your finance if the company is not willing to apply for the NHS thing, because my company sponsored the visa, everything. But they didn't know about the NHS as well. So they were like, we cannot sponsor you for the NHS. And I was like, okay, that's fine. Give me a loan within the company. I can manage doing it. So they gave me the loan within the company, a salary loan, and I applied for the NHS cost, which is like 600 pounds for 3 years or so. How to approach? Key images, I guess. One which I explained, get certified in the area where you think that your main focus is on. LinkedIn is really important. Be very good in LinkedIn. Have a lot of contacts, recruiters, other company people, experienced guys. Worst thing, you'll at least learn to, if you have contacts in other companies, you'll at least learn things from those guys. Actually, the connections are always important. Like if you go back to your country, work there, in case if you're going to come back here as well, the connection is going to be very useful. Yeah, networking and recruitment agency. That one very key thing in recruitment agency is please find the right people. I'm married now, and I brought my wife here, and she came on to dependent visa. She already had the visa to work because I have a visa. Still, the process of getting a job was quite difficult, and she had an experience of 3 years in PricewaterhouseCoopers, and she's a chartered accountant in India, which is like a really difficult course to pass in India. So she came here, and I was giving my way of doing things like LinkedIn and things, and recruiters via LinkedIn, which didn't work out for 3 months. So try all these sort of different processes. So what we did after that was like started looking at the recruitment sites for her specialized area. So she wanted to become a tax manager in mergers and acquisition. So it's like mergers and acquisition, any recruitment agency who does that. Contact them, have a good connection. She had only 3 recruiters working with her, and brilliant 3 recruiters. They got her job within 1 week, 4 job offers. She attended the interview, she got through all the 4 job offers, and she picked a job, thankfully this in Sheffield itself. So the main key thing is pick the right recruiters. We have plenty in the market, everybody will want to have a contact with you. And also think that if a person who wants to talk to you a lot, either they think that you are really good or they are really bad. So keep that in mind. So get the right recruiters, get the right contacts, and all the best guys. So I hope everyone gets jobs. So, thanks.